What's happening, guys? Gemma here and back again for another video. And what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you my stream settings to stream on the PlayStation 4 and the Retron 5 if you're interested in streaming retro games. Now, if you look at this video right here, you'll see a review of the Retron 5. As I don't stream from original hardware, I find it a lot easier to just put on the Retron 5 and go with things from there. And also, if you're considering getting a Retro 5, this video right here might also further persuade you because you can play Japanese games using the translation patch tutorial that I put out. But for now, I'm going to show you the best settings in terms of audio and picture quality for your Retron 5 right over there. Okay guys, so this is literally my point of view when I'm streaming. I've got the Blue Yeti here and it's all hooked up to my lovely PC, which I will list the spec in the description. There isn't a separate video on this. But nonetheless, so we have, like I said, I stream from the Retron 5. I just find it a hell of a lot easier to deal with. If this isn't here, it's usually my PS4. The Retron 5 sits on the game shelf. And the settings I use for streaming are exactly the same. So if you don't have a Retron 5, you can mimic this with your Xbox One or your PS4. Now, in terms of streaming software, I am actually just using Elgato's basic software. I say basic because it's nowhere near, I'm just going to focus in there, it's nowhere near as complex as OBS, you know, Open Broadcaster System, which I have used a lot to stream on Twitch. But I find that I do get a hell of a lot better quality when I'm using just the capture cards device itself. So if you don't have, you know, I'm using the Elgato HD60. If you don't have one of those, I would imagine you could just kind of pull these settings across to your AMIGA or whatever capture card you guys are using. So I found something out that is incredibly important. If you're using the Retron 5 to stream with, you want to keep your settings exactly the same for the PS4. So this is what you do. I'm going to pull right in here and we're going to get super focused and I'm going to show you something. So you can see I'm using Game Capture HD60. If you click on this little settings wheel here, what it will actually bring up is this screen right here, and I'm going to focus in and show you guys exactly what is what. I've set the input device to other. And that's absolutely crucial. When I set the input device to other, I found that the Retron 5 is extremely buggy and it crashes all of the time. So regardless of what I'm using, whether it's the Retron or PS4, I always keep it set to PlayStation 4. So you can see now, we'll focus that in a little bit. It's trying to focus on my PNG file that is down there. You can see that it's set to PS4, so I leave that the same constantly. I use my profile as HD 1080p and I always have the quality picture on best and allow for 60 FPS. Those are my stream settings for the actual capture card device itself. So regardless of anything, I'll just reiterate that, regardless of whether you're on Xbox One, you'll select Xbox One. If you're on the Retron 5, it is the exact same settings, the exact same settings. I'm struggling to get this in focus here. The exact same setting for the Retron 5. I haven't actually streamed Super Castlevania 4, so that might be one for the future. Now in terms of your audio, let's just see what we've got here. We'll just minimise the screen a little bit and then let me just maximise that again. Okay, so game audio. Now I found that retro games sound a hell of a lot louder than what PlayStation 4 games do. So I always set my game audio to 29. That you can hear the audio pretty clearly and it doesn't drown out the live commentary. My Blue Yeti is set up right here and I always have my game audio between 53 and 55 depending on what game I'm playing. And then when I stream, I always ask somebody to just let me know if the audio balance is bang on par. And it typically is. If you use these commentary and game audio settings, I haven't had any problems with them. I was making the mistake of having the game audio a hell of a lot louder on previous streams and it was just drowning out the commentary, which was no good. So it's pretty simple, it's pretty kind of straightforward really. In terms of your bit rate, so to speak, we have a pretty decent internet speed. You can check that You just type in internet speed test. I set mine to 2.5. It does give me a steady 720p 60 FPS. Anything above that, and it even struggles to render out on the PlayStation 4 at 1080p 60 FPS. It will render out to 1080p 30 FPS, but I find I get more stability on streaming 720 60 FPS or 720 30 FPS. That gives absolute stability, and you can see on your game capture device there, it will actually say, it won't focus, but it does say 720p 60 FPS. So they are my settings, guys, and like I said, this is exactly what I see when I stream. If I can fucking focus it, there we go. This is exactly what I see, whether it's the Retron here or the PS4. 9 times out of 10 it's always the PS4, because like I said, this is on the game shelf. But there we go, and if you have any questions, just let me know below. Oh, by the way, this is my new keyboard. I think it's a Corsair K65, I think, Strafe, something like that. But yeah, let me know, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And again, any questions, smash a comment below. But for now, have a beautiful day, take care, see you soon.